Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to your continuing coverage of the Defense Suit, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and Ben Q. Yes, indeed, we will be jumping straight into the group stages, continuing on, as we do, with the Defense 2 tournament. We has Asians hailing from the land of Germany, repping it out over on the Radiant side, and they will be fighting it out against zNation from the land of Russia on the Dire side. And the first couple of bands to come out of We Has Asians are that of the Broodmother, that of the Broodmaster, and we're waiting for their third one. But having a look over at zNation, how they responded to those first couple of bands, they took out the Invoker and they took out the Lycan. Lycan, very standard. We Has Asians have first pick, and as a team that doesn't have first pick, typically you take out that Lycan. Now, there are still some very powerful heroes that are still in the mix. We still have Prophet, Chen, Enchantress, Chaos Knight. I think those are the main powerhouses, probably a few more. Enigma, Darkseer, as We Has Asians immediately cut him out of the mix. Now, this ban that zNation have, the third and final ban, I was going to say they have to think about it long and hard, but I don't think they really want to think about it all at all. Didn't think that through. And one thing I've noticed is whenever they get banned out, they grunt in disagreeance, I would assume. It sounds like they just probably like, why you do this? I don't think the heroes are all that happy about being banned. I wouldn't be either. But you should take it. You should take it as an honor, really. You're so powerful that they've decided that they don't want you. That's how strong you are. But the third and final ban are going to be that of the Nature's Prophet. Now, We Has Asians. There are still some strong ones. Broodmother's been taken out, but again, we have that Chaos Knight. We have some powerhouses such as Enchantress, such as Chen. All these heroes are great in team fights. They're great for pushing, and they're great for doing damage. And all of those things are things that you want when you're playing Dota. And We Has Asians going to expend their first pickup on the hero who goes by the name of Chen. zNation responding to that with an Enigma. So Chen gives some great team fight. He's good with the team fight. He can teleport injured teammates back to the fountain. He can coerce creeps onto his side, which can bolster push strats. He's very good at pushing. He's global heals. What more do you need, ladies and gentlemen? And the next pickup for zNation is going to be that of the Queen of Pain. So right now we've got some serious amounts of AoE damage. A little bit of single target control in the form of the Maleficent stun to come out of that Enigma, but for the most part, AoE damage. Black Hole, Midnight Pulse, Scream, and the Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain. It's a lot of damage if it all manages to hit the entire team of We Has Asians. Their next pickup going to be the Lone Druid and then the Crystal Maiden. The picking up of the Crystal Maiden signifies that they're going to go for someone that needs babysitting. Possibly a Morphling. Morphling and Crystal Maiden, they're best buddies. Morphling and Crystal Maiden and Chaos Knight, once again, best buddies. And zNation is going to think, do we want to secure ourselves one of those hard carries that We Has Asians might be wanting to go after? Or do we go with what we actually want and then just proceed to ban out the hard carries that We Has Asians might want to go after? As we wait the requisite 10 seconds, well, we're just going to tick straight away into their bonus time. And one thing I've noticed over in the side here, got a Diffusal Blade, and we have a Shadow Blade, but the Shadow Blade is the old Shadow Blade model, not the new one. And this thing's new. I think it came in the patch that came out today, so what the hell, Valve? Update this model, yo. That's the old Shadow Blade. But anyway, the third and final pickup for the third and final pickup for the first... Why is that so difficult to say? I have no idea. For the first set of pickups, going to be that of the Windrunner for the team of zNation, which provides a little bit more single target control. We've got some counter push, which is no doubt necessary going up against a lone druid, but will the power shot do all that much to persuade that druid and his bear to bugger off? I don't think so. Leshrac, another hero I completely forgot about, still in the mix, a very powerful pushing machine being removed out by We Has Asians, and zNation taking out that Chaos Knight. And the heroes do indeed grunt in a term of disgruntlement when they get banned out, which is actually kind of cute. I'm just going to be quiet and wait for the next one. I just want to hear it, you know, properly, not have my voice. My voice is too loud in my head. Or maybe they're just going to take forever to pick it, and as a result, I'm not going to get to hear it. Because then there's dead air, and you can never have dead air. You have to be constantly speaking. Yeah, he doesn't sound very happy, does he? Morphling, going to be removed out by We Has Asians. Would have thought that that's someone that they would have wanted to pick up, especially with the securance of that Crystal Maiden. But it seems it should have been a pretty dead giveaway that they don't want the Morphling, due to the fact that they never banned out that Anti-Mage, who is, well, he does a good job against that Morphling. Mana Burn, you can't morph, you can't waveform, You can't well, maybe you can replicate. It doesn't cost that much mana, but you're probably dead. Simple as that. And the fifth and final ban out for the team of zNation going to be that of the Tidehunter. And now we jump straight into the second and final phase of the picks. We has Asians having that first pickup, and they are going to secure themselves a Tinker and a Lone Druid and Tinker. This is going to be a lot of push. Lone Druid going to put a lot of pressure on zNation. It's going to be this one lane that Lone Druid sits in and constantly pushes. And if he ever gets left on his own, all of a sudden you're going to lose a tower, another tower, maybe even a barracks. And Chen's going to be able to bolster pretty much any lane. He can build up a nice little army of creeps, and then he can go help out Tinker or go help out Lone Druid in pushing a lane, and it will be overall fantastic. zNation going to secure themselves a Rasta. This is going to give them a lot of single target control, which is very good for the Tinker, because Tinker has quite a bit of escapability. It'll also be great for the Lone Druid, who can sometimes, he can be difficult to kill due to the fact that it takes so much to kill him that he can just walk it off. He can just keep walking, walk past everyone like, I don't give a crap. Just keep walking by, you can nuke me all day, every day, I don't care. So they need someone to hold that Lone Druid down so he doesn't just waltz away, because that's exactly what he's going to do. But zNation are going to have some trouble if the Lone Druid and the Tinker build themselves up. However, the problem that we have Asian have right now with their current composition is the fact that they don't really have that much damage towards the early or even the middle stages of the game. Tinker can do a good amount of damage, but only if he has enough farm to, because he needs a lot of mana. He needs to have those boots so he can pop in, do some damage, leave, come back and do more damage. If he doesn't have those boots, he's not going to be spamming many missiles or that many marches, and of course that laser beam. So this is all going to be about who can get the better mid game. If zNation get the better mid game, chances are the heroes that we as Asians have just won't be able to reach their potential capacity, as zNation will just stomp all over them. But if we as Asians get to the start that they need, then all of a sudden Lone Druid, Tinker and that Chen will be doing way too much pushing for the team of zNation to handle, and they'll just frickin' die. But don't forget that we have a reasonable amount of counter push, Windrunner and Shadow Shaman, as well as a good amount of push to come out of the Shadow Shaman in the form of those wards. Queen of Pain of course can scream, and then we can bolster creep waves with those conversions. And is that the, I assume that's the reserve time, actually. Yes, it was the reserve time. Indeed, the fifth and final pickup, the carry for the team of WhA Asians, is going to be that of the JoinDOTA. And we don't really have someone similar to that for the team of zNation. So maybe an anti-mage. I think they definitely want to pick themselves up a hard carry, since they do lack one. And as you say about carries, it's sort of the insurance. If things turn awry for the team of WhA Asians, hopefully Juggernaut will be able to bring it back and slap people down. And zNation probably wants someone to respond to that in the same sense, saying, well, if things go bad for us, we need someone to do some serious amounts of right-click damage while Enigma holds everyone down with the Malefistun, with the Black Hole, while Windrunner shackles people, and while Shadow Shaman hexes and shackles people as well. So I think an anti-mage, looking at what's left, Morphling's been taken out, so we can't pick him up. Anti-mage is pretty solid, especially, no, Dragon Knight's going to be the fifth and final pickup, going to perform the role of hard carry. I believe this is the second game I've gotten the chance to cast with the Dragon Knight in it, not a hero that you see all that often. He's very, very, very tanky, and he can deal a nice amount of damage, has a good amount of stuns. He's a pretty solid hero all around. And we're still yet to jump straight in. For some reason, sometimes this screen will stay up for freaking ages, and then other times it will just disappear the very second that this versus pops up. I think it might have to do with the commentators maybe getting ready, or maybe all the players have to hit play before we finally jump in, as we can see up here. Could be the case. I don't know what's going on, man. We're not jumping straight in just yet. I think what I mentioned just a few moments ago might... Okay, so maybe there's a countdown, but we just don't have a timer for it. It's a little bit annoying. But beta is beta. It's not entirely perfect. Windrunner's new icon is freaking creepy. I swear to God. Let's have a look at who is playing who over here on the Radiant side. Over on WhA Agent side, we have RMC taking up the role of that Chen, who looks a little bit sunken here in the icon. Crystal Maiden being played by, what the hell, HHMP. Monkey, Unicorn Monkey, playing as the role of that Juggernaut. CryAsia taking up the role of that Lone Druid. And last but by no means least, Fatter playing as at Tinker, but over at zNation, the entire team making their way to the northern regions of the map. We have Nexus playing as that Queen of Pain, Stellania playing as a Windrunner, Sidoi taking up the role of that Dragon Knight, CRZ playing as the Enigma, and last but not by no means least, WhA playing as that Rasta, who also looks a little bit sunken. Some of these icons I assume are a little bit broken. Just a couple. Rasta looks really friggin' silly. He's like... It's like he's really friggin' short or something. He's trying to jump up to the camera. He's like, look at me! Look at me! Please.
30 seconds.
As for the lanes, it looks like Tinker will be taking up the role of solo mid, and down the bottom we're going to have Crystal Maiden being babysat, or rather Juggernaut being babysat by the Crystal Maiden, Chen hanging out in the jungle as he does best. And that will leave Lone Druid, of course, taking solo top. Enigma will most likely be spending his time in the jungle. Not sure where Rasta will be going. We might be going mid to get level 6 wards as fast as possible, but it seems Windrunner might be taking... Who's going to be going mid? We've got a lot of heroes that can take mid fairly easily. Queen of Pain, Windrunner. I'm thinking Queen of Pain will go solo bottom. And over top, that leaves the Dragon Knight, most likely to be assisted by the Rasta, actually. No, Queen of Pain will be taking up the role of solo mid, and double damage is going to be secured here by the Lone Druid. No rune down bottom, I'm afraid to say, and no first blood being spilled either. So Rasta making his way to babysit that Dragon Knight, I'm going to guess. Lone Druid picking up that double damage, Enigma spending his time in the jungle, and of course, down the bottom, that leaves Windrunner to solo it out against this. Well, Windrunner could die a lot, but this is a good hero to go up against a lane like this, someone with a Windrun. And I like what she's doing now, hiding in the trees, staying in experience range, but not getting close enough to, you know, get plowed by everyone, which is without a doubt good. Paul's going to come in. I assume it's going to end within the next couple of moments, and we will jump straight back into the game. Oki as Fatter yells in all caps. But very smart by the Windrunner, very smart by Stellania. Staying close, not going to be able to get any last hits because, well, he's got quite a dangerous composition that he's going up against. But it'll be an XP range nonetheless, be able to get levels up in the Shackle, in the Power Shot, or the Windrun if he really wants a lot of escapability. Lone Druid making good use of the double damage, just a little bit of help with the last hit, using the bear to scout out a little bit further ahead. Windrunner's being caught out by the Crystal Maiden. A few right clicks are going to be dealt, but no serious damage just yet, while the Tinker's pushing the Queen of Pain very far back, all the way back to the base of the tower. He's a daring Tinker indeed. Wait a minute, something looks... There's a freaking floating error sign on Crystal Maiden. I have no idea why this is. And again, we still have Tinker. He's just pushing his way straight towards the tower, dealing as much aggression as possible to the Queen of Pain. And Crystal Maiden might get caught out of right-click damage being exchanged. Juggernaut coming in to reinforce. No, he's just sitting back and taking up all those last hits. Speaking of last hits, let's make sure we always have the last hit and deny bar up here. And if people taking damage, the bear's doing a little bit of harassment and taking some damage as a result, but the bear will be fine. The bear doesn't care. He's a bear. Bears don't care about anything, man. And last hits, 5-2 exchange damage being exchanged by both parties, laser beams and shadow strikes. 10-2 for the Dragon Knight, and over on the Lone Druid we are 6-0. Doing a relatively okay job on both departments. Queen of Pain securing herself a haste rune. Is she going to utilize this in an attempt to gank or at least deal a little bit of extra harassment? The answer is yes. Shadow strike to go down, but the laser immediately to retaliate. Queen of Pain, Windrunner pushing herself a little bit far forward, and on a last hit department she is unhappy. 0-0. The creep score is so bad. Looking over at Juggernaut, having a wonderful time, 14-6, and Windrunner could find herself caught out with Juggernaut coming to reinforce. The answer is no. Chen, of course, spending his time in the jungle as he does best. No counter warding to go down, but all the creep camps are friggin' gone for some reason. Lone Druid dealing harassment where harassment can be dealt, as you do as a Lone Druid. But for the most part, both sides playing it relatively safe. Neither zNation or WhA has Asians wanting to commit and get themselves killed if they screw up. But the middle lane on both accounts is being very aggressive. Windrunner forced to stay back because, well, can't really get too close or else you face death, especially with the Chen, who has secured himself a centaur, and he might take this opportunity to go for a gank, possibly on the Windrunner or possibly on mid. However, both parties are staying back. They're sticking it very close to the tower because they don't want to get caught out, but Windrunner is moving in close with this creep wave, and it could spell her death, or maybe death will spill over in the middle lane. Shadow Strike as well as right-click damage being dealt on both accounts, and the mischance from the laser makes it a little bit more difficult for Tinker. I mean, for the Queen of Pain to get the damage out. The creep camp is being pulled. Bear doesn't give a crap, man. He just goes up there and smacks creeps in the face. He is a bear. Lone Druid is such an awesome hero. Healing Salve going to be used for the Queen of Pain, and still no first blood yet. We're closing in on 4 minutes and no first blood, and I know I'm going to miss it. I know it's going to happen. The 1 second where I start deciding to look at items or last hits, first blood will spill. So I'm keep paying very close attention to the minimap, which is good, because when you're playing Dota, you should always be looking at the minimap. Always, at all times. Queen of Pain going to secure herself another rune. She's controlling the runes this game, and she can because she has extra mobility over the Tinker. And I think we were looking for the Windrunner just here, but she is far, far, far away, hiding it out close to the Ancient Camp. And she has to be relatively careful, or else she's going to find herself caught out and find herself in a very bad situation. Queen of Pain moving up to try and gank on the bear, but is not successful, and Windrunner might get caught out. Sending the Centaur first, Crystal Nova to come down. Is the stun going to land? It will indeed, but trying to Windrunner out of there. The ensnare lands down as well. Taking damage from the tower, the Centaur falls, and Windrunner will be able to escape. And the bottom tower is going to take a considerable chunk of damage from the team of WhA agents, putting themselves there already, but the Tinker's put himself a little bit too far forward. The Queen of Pain dealing a lot of damage, and this could be first blood. Blink to Scream is about to be off cooldown. A couple more right clicks will be enough to do it, and first blood spilt. Queen of Pain securing that, but over down here at the bottom lane, we have Windrunner, who has taken a fall by the tier 2 tower. Doesn't matter how deep you go, it's not safe at all. Chen taking up a couple of hits from the tower. They're killing the creep wave before it can actually defend this tower and kill this creep wave. So very smart. And the tier 1 tower is going to take a fall without a doubt. And Toby said slash. Don't know why, but he said slash, and Verasuta is very happy about it. Ah, yes, slash, yes. Maybe they're talking about the guitarist. Who knows? But both sides having a nice little victory. Both sides picking up a kill, and the tier 1 tower has taken a fall, and Juggernaut, holy, what the hell? Well, the ulti going off for the Juggernaut and instantly killing the poor Windrunner, who is still has 1 last hit and 1 deny, as well as 2 deaths, and Lone Druid's about to find himself caught out. Enigma coming in from the behind, has that Malefice stun, as well as the Black Hole. This is going to be an easy kill. Malefice stun to come down, Dragon Form to pop off as well, trying to body block as well, but the Shackle, and this is a dead Lone Druid, with a team of WhA agents picking themselves up another kill, and bringing the score to 2-all. Down the bottom, we're still continuing to push out this tower. Windrunner doesn't want to get herself caught out again. The Omni Slash has got a good amount of time before it comes off cooldown, and I think we're going to have a bit of a trade. The tier 1 tower fell at bottom, but WhA Asians, or rather zNation, want revenge, and they're going to try and take this tier 1 tower over at top, but reinforcements are already beginning to roll in. Is it going to be enough? However, the tower is going to fall, yes indeed, and now the team of zNation are going to back off. Not before a few more right clicks land there on the Dragonite. Tinker thinking to move in position, but realizing that maybe it's not such a great idea, and I'm going to return to mid and go back on the farming department. Queen of Pain getting a little bit low, going to back off, has a Scream as well, and the Windrunner also has to be careful with the 6-1 last hits. Not happy at all, having an awful time thus far. Excuse me. Enigma looks like he's going to be going for a headdress and turn that into, well, he's going to go for either mechanism. I can't imagine pipe. Yeah, mechanism, obviously. Going for a mechanism, not a pipe. What am I thinking? Pipe will be later. We'll probably have someone else get a pipe anyway, like a Dragonite. Yeah, Dragonite. Someone's going to get a pipe. It will be the Dragonite. Hopefully dope. But now, for the most part, after a lot of aggression over a very short amount of time, both teams are backing off. Juggernaut's still continuing to get free farm down this bottom lane. Already has a phase boots and no doubt going to work his way towards a Vanguard. And Windrunner once again has to be very careful. Enigma pushing himself forward towards the middle lane, bringing out some conversions, going up against the Tinker, has to be careful of the rockets and the laser beams, and of course a march of the machines. He's also pretty far away from having those boots of travels. And he has taken. Wait, he died? I'm trying to remember where he died. I must have forgotten. Has 1 death on his hand, under his belt rather. The Dragonite currently 39 for 4, doing a glorious time in comparison to the Juggernaut. They're roughly the same. Juggernaut, however, has 2 kills, and I'm fairly certain the Dragonite has none. 1 assist, however. I heard a blink. Is it of significance? Not in the slightest. The middle tower is getting pushed towards. zNation are rolling in to reinforce, but they don't need to dedicate too much to it. Bottling a regeneration rune. Wards being placed down, and are we going to commit? Neither side wanting to dedicate themselves to it because reinforcements are just so close and neither one wants to risk it. In the meantime, a pause has been had, never a good thing, and that has given me time to realize that the Queen of Pain is potentially could be in some trouble. I think she's okay for the most part. Did I say Queen of Pain instead of Windrunner? I think I said Queen of Pain instead of Windrunner. I meant Windrunner. So Windrunner can just Windrun out to safety, but we have to be careful of that Omni Slash. The problem is Windrunner runs... Wait, why are you no draw? That's a ping. Hang on a second, I can't freaking draw on this anymore. Maybe it's because it's paused. Okay, well, Windrunner runs down here, then she's away from the creep wave at this point, and then Omni Slash lands, and every single slash hits her. How many slashes at rank 1? 3 slashes. So, she'll probably die. So this is a really friggin' bad situation for Windrunner. I'm not sure if Windrun will stop. Does Windrun stop Omni Slash? I have no idea. I'm gonna assume no because it's an ability. It's not technically right-click damage. But then again, yeah, because it's not right-click damage, it does 170 to 250 damage per slash. So I'm gonna guess Windrun does not stop it. And as a result, if she runs away from this creep wave, she's dead. But if she stays at the creep wave, she's probably gonna die too, because there's a Juggernaut's about to start slapping her in the face. Fucking bang, bang, bang! And it's a bad situation for Windrunner to be in. I'm going to assume the Windrunner lagged and disconnected, which is why Juggernaut was able to get so close. Because Windrunner, as what happens when you're disconnected and not part of the game, was just like bloody standing there, auto-attacking, and then the game realized, oh crap, disconnected, start running back to base, but Juggernaut's already there, so this is going to be really bad for the Windrunner when she does jump back into the game. And hopefully the pause doesn't go on for too long, because long pauses are never a good thing. But let's take an opportunity to have a look at how everyone's going. We have Boots of Speed in hand on the Lone Druid. Same can be said for the Bear, as well as a Quelling Blade, a Stout Shield, and an Orb of Venom. Fairly standard thus far, yes indeed. And let's have a look at the Dragon Knight. Not having all that much in hand. Power Treads, Stout Shield, probably going to work towards a Vanguard. Of course, Dragon Knight, very tanky. Enigma looks funny. He doesn't have the weird glowiness on him. I'm going to guess it's because it's paused. Tranquil Boots, Headdress, indeed going to work his way to a Buckler and turn that Headdress into, yes, a mechanism. Looking at the Crystal Maiden, having nothing, fairly standard. Such is the life of a support. Chen not having all that much either. 850 in the bank, but nowhere near anything like a Headdress, or it's probably going for Arcane Boots, and then will most likely work towards a mechanism. And the Omni Knight, as we've seen before, or rather the Juggernaut, sorry, I got confused, Omni Slash, Omni Knight, they're fairly similar. We have the Ring of Health, probably going to turn it into a Vanguard, maybe, or maybe just getting it for an extra bit of health regen in the lane. And I think I've covered just about everyone. Windrunner has reconnected to the game, and we will be resuming within the next couple of moments, one would hope, as we're going to see Windrunner get freaking plowed here. Juggernaut's just going to, like, just pretty much walk up and just slap her in the face. It's waiting for it. Windrunner just has to freaking panic. And just going to TP. This is the best move, but the Omni Slash goes down, trying to Windrunner out. Perfect use of abilities by the Windrunner. This is going to allow her to escape. The Juggernaut is closing in, and this could turn into a bad situation. Malphite's starting to come down. Power Shot going to follow. Are we going to get a shackle on him? Ye wheel on, no. But the Black Hole, a bit of a waste there, but using an ultimate to pick up a carry, there's nothing wrong with that, and an easy pickup for the team of zNation. A little bit of an overcommitment with the Queen there. The Black Hole was 100% unnecessary, but you want to guarantee a kill on a carry. It's always a good thing, never a bad thing. Yes, indeed. Many members of WhA has agent unifying around this middle lane. Looks like we're going for a bit of a sandwich. Rasta going to try and cut someone off, but he gets cut off instead and immediately pops, not before using a Hex on the Tinker, but it doesn't matter in the slightest. And that was a really bad engagement for zNation. Rasta, I don't think he was prepared for that many heroes to go in, to be there rather. And as a result, he dies a horrible death. What are these for? Ring of... I actually have no idea what they build into. Let's have a look. Tranquil? Ah, Tranquil, yeah. Tranquil Boots. Tranquil Boots actually seems like a good idea. Why didn't I build that on the... Oh, but Dragon Knight taking a few hits. Are we going to see a lucky entangle the answer, but we're going to get a stun instead? Any entangle to land down? No is the answer. Just going to TP that bear out of there or recreate him. No problem. Easy peasy. It's looking like we want to head down to bottom. Maybe we're just giving Crystal Maiden a little bit of farm with these jungle creeps alongside the Chen. Or maybe not. Both sides. Playing it safe. Staying back. Just relaxing. Windrunner finally getting the opportunity to get a couple of last hits. Currently 16 for 1. 57 for 18 for the Juggernaut, however. He's just doing worlds. They're worlds apart right now in the creep score. And Juggernaut is just feeling happy right now. Enigma moving in, but the bear is very far away, and of course has the Tranquil Boots. Healed himself up relatively well, and now he's going to work for that sacred relic. Work towards that sacred relic, rather. Queen of Pain looks like she's going to be going straight for an Aghanims. Understandable, lower cooldown on that ultimate is always great. Crystal Maiden is here, the Tinker is blinking in, and we are going to push forward. Queen of Pain, however, will be absolutely fine, has that blink. Just going to sit back and farm. Both sides doing the exact same thing, but the Windrunner looks to be moving in position. Seems that she wants to assist out in a gank, and our zNation going to be successful. We already have the Tinker backing off. Shadow Strike has landed on him. And the rest of zNation are moving in position. We want to get a kill on this Tinker, but jumping straight into a March of the Machines is going to be dangerous, risky, and potentially painful for the team of zNation. So they're going to wait for that to dissipate. However, Fada has backed off and is far, far, far away from killing range. However, we're coming in from the side. Smoke gank to come out. And are we going to have the damage that we need to take them down or take anyone down that we find in the jungle? Chen is not too far away. But Crystal Maiden and Tinker are here to reinforce, but we're going to go in the Chen. Malphite stun to come down. No, it gets blocked by the line of sight, but it doesn't even matter in the slightest. Shackle to come out. Hand of God going to be dropped before he pops. Suddenly, Crystal Maiden rockets in the instead. Omni Slash come down. No creeps to absorb the blast. Crystal Maiden instantly falls, and the Windrunner is so low in HP. She takes a fall as well. Windrunner... We have the Queen of Pain trying to run for her life. She's going to blink out before the entangle comes on, but the blink is on cooldown. Here comes the blink. Is it going to be enough? Blinking onto the high ground. Going to go straight into a teleport. We have no stuns to come out of... We has Asian, so a nice little escape. But a very bad engagement for zNation. I don't think they were expecting... They should have known that the Tinker and the Crystal Maiden should have been nearby. At least the Tinker was nearby. The Rocket's doing a nice amount of damage. But the Omni Slash to come out of that Juggernaut was the difference between a successful gank and horrible, horrible death. zNation experiencing the latter. Black Hole to go in on the Tinker. Looks like we really want to get this kill. Is going to be enough. However, one more right click will do it, and it does indeed happen. A few hits from the tower get absorbed by the Enigma, but he will be absolutely fine, and that gives him enough money for his mechanism to bolster all future team fights. We're using a lot of ultis on single target heroes. However, it's worth it when there are heroes when it's a hero that's very, very farm dependent. It's very worth it, especially a Tinker who was just about to secure himself those boots of travel. Now has to wait a little bit longer. And he's also not farming at this stage. The Centaur stun to come in. Shadow Strike to land there on the Chen. The Queen of Pain really wants his kill. Enigma coming in to reinforce, as well as the Windrunner going straight into the trees. Midnight Pulse will immediately break them apart. And an easy kill for the Queen of Pain, picking up a kill on the Chen for the team of zNation. Taking a look at the gold, a slight advantage for the team of WhA has Asians, with the XP department closing in on 3,000 for the team of zNation. And Crystal Maiden better be careful. The tower is not enough to protect her. She doesn't have a bracer, and as a result, Crystal Maiden will melt if you breathe on her. Seriously, she is a fragile. We have the Lone Druid pushing his way towards top, but we have the Dragon Knight to absorb all of the last hits. And the zNation are going to secure themselves the tier 1 tower over the middle lane, making it their second tier 1 tower that they've claimed for the game. Exchanging blows. Dragon Knight using his ultimate right now to try and deal some damage to this boar. Or bear, rather. Boar. Who cares about boars? Bears are the shit, yo. Hell yeah, bears. Denying his own conversions. They actually give a surprising amount of gold, those Eidolons. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Is bear heading back to base? It seems like that is the case. Probably going to buy some items too. How's that bear looking actually in terms of the money? He might get caught out. There is no bear nearby, but he can just recreate it. 1,500 in the bank. Still a while to go before he has that sacred relic to build into a Radiance. And Queen of Pain indeed going straight for an Aghanims Ogre Club on its way in the stash. A couple more hundred and she will have the Mystic Staff. Very close to that Aghanims indeed. And we're currently going in on the bear. An entangle to land there on the Rasta. This is very bad for him. A few more right clicks will be enough to take him down, but we're trying to burst down the bear as fast as possible. Rasta takes the fall. Crystal Maiden coming in to reinforce. We might get revenge and Snare to come down. Going to try and TP out. We need an entangle to come in and it will not happen. And the dragon successfully teleports out to the safety of the fountain. Queen of Pain thinking of going on it, but deciding to back off, and she might get caught out. Chen no doubt saw her here. She's in a bad situation. She does have a TP, however, and can simply blink to an unreachable spot and get out. They're looking for her right now. She has to start where the hell did she go? Oh, they've spotted on her. We need a lucky entangle to come in from the bear. Is it going to happen? One hit, no entangle. Next hit going to come in a couple of seconds. The orb of venom, but blinking out just a few moments before they can reach her. Successful escape. March of Machines farming a little bit of the Ancients. Queen of Pain, just saying Queen of Pain for some strange reason. Magic Wand, we're going to be secured here by the Crystal Maiden. Bear, entangle on the Enigma, however, the Lone Druid is pretty far away. I heard a Shadow Strike go down. I think it was a Maleficent to come down on the bear. We really want to kill this bear, and it will be a nice little setback. I think it will just barely escape, however. Extra speed, those disables, and so on and so forth. Instead, Tinker immediately jumping in, rockets to fire, a little bit of Enigma's health being taken out. Also, he has that mechanism. Okay, everything's lagging, and it's horrible. Okay, so I'm having some frame rate issues as of this moment. Third time's the charm, and it is indeed the charm, back to 30 frames per second. Smooth as silk, or at least relatively smooth. 60 frames would be ideal, but holy crap, my hard drive would fill up so fast if I decided to do that. Queen of Pain moving in. We have to be careful of the bear. Has no bear nearby to get that entangle on, but could bring it back at any moment. We have to remember. And I think we're going on Roshan. We are indeed. Wards have been dropped. zNation want to secure this very quickly. I like the fact that the Queen of Pain is remaining here, not only doing a bit of scouting, getting some last hits, getting a bit of farm, pushing the lane, and pretty much tricking WhA's agent, thinking, Queen of Pain's in lane. There's no way that they're doing Roshan. They're probably nearby to defend her in case we try and jump on her. However, it is going to be a trade, but I think tier 1 for Roshan is pretty friggin' good. Omni Knight coming in, Omni Slash to come down. Windrunner does not stop the Omni Slash, and immediately getting popped. And we're going to rotate to top. In comes a big team fight. Hand of God to go down. The bear takes a fall, or rather the dragon takes a fall. Scream to come out on the poor Tinker. He takes a fall as well, but the Queen of Pain's very low. Crystal Nova to come down, trying to blink out to safety. Will it be enough? I think she successfully escaped. Enigma moving in. Maleficent, can we get a black hole off? It is currently on cooldown. No, it isn't on cooldown. Where's the black hole? The Aegis of the Immortal immediately being used up. Rasta now currently forced to run for his life. The tier 1 tower takes a fall. Hex to fall down. Are we going to see an entangle on the Rasta? Midnight Pulse to go down. We're going to catch that Chen and pop him in an instant. Crystal Nova to go down as well as the entangle. Enigma takes a fall and Rasta will follow. These are that change pretty fast, and the Queen of Pain is going to take a fall. We need that entangle to come through, but the blink away allows her to escape relatively unharmed, just with almost no HP. Not exactly a good engagement for zNation. They lost the Aegis. They picked up 1 kill. They lost the tower. The problem is they came in time. Enigma couldn't get the black hole off, even though they were all grouped up. And they just, okay, getting frame rate issues once again. Why you do this? I think it is not stabilized itself. Third time's a charm. It is not. Let's try it again. And I think when paused it, and I think we've stabilized. We have indeed. Hopefully we won't have any frame rate issues like that again. It's no doubt incredibly annoying. And for some reason it works and sometimes it doesn't. No explanation for it. Phone, why must you ring? Ah, but alas. Problems arise and we'll simply deal with them. It's as simple as that. But after that engagement, zNation, actually let's have a look at the gold. Considerable 1,500 advantage for the team WhA has agent, and the XP draft after that has completely evened straight to 0. Before we had a 2.2k, now it's nothing. Both teams completely even in the experience department, and that was just such a bad engagement by zNation. They shouldn't have teleported in there 1 by 1. They should have sacrificed the tier 1, teleported at the tier 2, and forced the fight from there. A little bit silly on their part. Dragon Knight working his way towards the BKB, getting awfully close to it as well. Rockets flying out. Windrunner working her way towards. Okay, gonna get a 4-star. Probably get a mech later, maybe. Or maybe she's gonna go for the pipe. Maybe I'm not sure about this. Black hole coming in on the Juggernaut. A good use of the black hole, getting carried, but immediately trying to teleport out, and it will be successful. The Shackles to come out. Gonna get the Tinker. He's gonna be an easy pickup. Maleficent to come down as well. A few more right clicks, and he will be dead. Blink to Scream is enough to take the kill on him. The March of Machines almost popping the Windrunner in and of itself. But the Juggernaut, unfortunately, the damage wasn't enough, and he did manage to escape. So far, we've only seen Black Hole used on single targets as opposed to big team fights, but we're getting kills with it, which is good nonetheless. We didn't quite secure a kill on the Juggernaut, but I'm sure we're pretty happy with the Tinker. I'd be, and I'm sure they are. What the hell is she doing? Just waiting in position, I guess. Chen moving in, bolster the creep wave with 2 troll shamans and a centaur. This will be good for ganking as well, but it seems we're moving in. No, it's just a screen to clear out the creep wave. Wards have been popped, fortification has been dropped. Chen moving into position, but is he going to be able to do anything? The answer is no. We're doing a little bit of scouting. Looks like we're going for a trade. Tier 1 tower over the mid has fallen, and now Enigma has to run for his life. Juggernaut chasing after him. Omni Slash is off cooldown. And he is going to be escaped, but the rocket's doing so much damage. He has a mechanism to bring himself back to full HP, as well as the Tranquil Boots. March of the Machines means they cannot engage here. The Tier 1 tower has fallen at bottom, and are we going to push towards the Tier 2? We are not. We are going to back off, and we're going to catch off a Chen, and this is some easy money. Rockets to come out, so much damage to be dealt, and Chen instantly melts. His corpse still staying upright for some strange reason, but reinforcements are not too far away. Rockets to come out, stun to land there on the Crystal Maiden. The Dragon Knight so tanky, BKB to be popped off, and he's going to be difficult to kill. Flame Breath to come in on the Tinker, more damage to be dealt. Entangled to land, however, on the Dragon Knight, he might take a fall. The Queen ulti comes off, it just barely gets dodged by the Tinker, and now the Queen of Pain tanks a fall. Omni Slash being dealt. Rasta falls, and so does everyone else. Holy crap. Dragon Knight got out? Dragon Knight must have TP'd. Ah, that's not good for zNation. zNation, what looked like the easiest kill of their life, turned out to be 3 of them dying horrible, horrible deaths. The Dragon Knight just barely escaping out of that. I think they got a good couple of kills out of it. They got Chen, they got Tinker, but 3 of them died. Was it worth it? Not entirely sure. Had to use up that BKB charge too. But we've got more BKB charges. We've got several more before the issue becomes dire. Chen, I think he just put a mechanism, a recipe on the courier, I'm not sure, but nevertheless, he's very close to that mechanism. Probably going to wait till he's farmed that up before we engage in the next team fight. Juggernaut having a Vanguard, having a Yasha, looks like he wants to go towards a Manta style by the looks of it. Yep, most likely a Manta style. Taking a little bit of damage, Power Shot to go out, clear out the creep wave. Iron Branch on the ground. These guys are just freaking litterers. Old Dota heroes just litter all the time. And Crystal Maiden has a Bracer, which is just glorious. The Tranquil Boots, we have a Radiance on the bear indeed. And the Dragon Knight could find himself caught out in a moment. Yes, indeed, he should have seen the burn damage come in through on there on the creeps. But the Dragon Knight is just going to walk it off and waltz away. I think having a 4-star. Standard, standard, standard. How long till Roshan returns to the fray? We've still got a little bit less than 5 minutes. Probably around 4. Rasta moving very far forward. Nice little ward placement being placed down by him. Nice ward placements for zNation, actually. But same can be said for the team of WhA has Asians. They're going to see all the action that's going on here, and they might see a potentially very easy Enigma that's just begging to be ganked. But reinforcements are not too far away. And looks like we want to push out this middle lane. No bear form for the Lone Druid. Oh well, just turn into bear when the time calls for it. And neither side, echoing what happened towards the early stages of the game, neither side really wanting to commit just yet. We're just sort of sitting back, we're farming, we're chilling out, and we're looking for easy kills, but thus far, both sides, once again, staying it a little bit too safe, we're backing off. And I think maybe zNation want to go for the insurance of an Aegis of the Immortal. Put that on a Dragon Knight. We saw how long it freaking took for him to get taken down there, and he didn't even fall. Imagine if you had to do that twice. We were looking for the Tinker, but he's already backed off. This is a really freaking ballsy Shadow Shaman. Rast is just pushing himself very far forward, and again, nice ward placement is going to give them a lot of nice vision. Nice use of the Chen creep as well. Ancient Camp going to be farmed up here. It's nicely stacked, a good 2 or 3 stacks. The March Machines, he's taken a lot of damage, however, force stuffing to safety and going to blink himself back. Or TP himself back, rather. Windrunner could find herself caught out. Juggernaut moving into position. She's going to have to run away, but we're going to have that dilemma of the Omni Slash. And what is she going to do? Shackle to come out. Here's a Dragon Knight, stun to land on her as well. And Juggernaut has to now run for his life, and reinforcements are rolling in. Chen is here, and the Omni Slash is going to land in the next couple of moments, but in comes the Enigma. Malphus stun to come down there on the Juggernaut. We're going to see a Black Hole, fantastic Black Hole. Blink to Black Hole, picking up 2 heroes, and immediately the Juggernaut takes a pop, and the Chen follows as well. Easy couple of kills for zNation. Holy hell. Fantastic Blink to Black Hole coming in from CRZ on the team of zNation. And I think they're going to seize this opportunity to push down the tier 2 tower over at the bottom lane. Roshan has yet to join back into the game, and thus I think a tier 2, they'll settle for that. We'll be relatively happy at that. However, it might come into a bit of a trade. Lone Druid is continuing to push out this middle lane. He's already worked his way towards a tier 2 tower. And with defense rolling into this tier 2, they might lose a tier 2 and barely be able to pick this one up. Actually, I think they are going to successfully take it, but the tier 2 here is going to fall. No reinforcements rolling in. They're currently going for a trade. They might not even get this. Reinforcements are rolling in. Nah, it falls. Easy tower. And the middle tower is going to take a fall as well. So a bit of a trade. Was it worth it? I'm not sure, really. We could have sent one hero back to ward off that Lone Druid, and he probably wouldn't have taken the tier 2. But zNation electing to go full force, not taking any risks, but they did lose a tier 2 tower as a result. Went for a bit of a trade. I'm not sure what he's going to work towards next. Closing in on 2k. Could go for another mech, but we do already have a mech from the Enigma, but you can't really complain about 2 mechs. That absolutely goes without saying. Out of Malefic's stun. There's indeed Malefic's stun to land here on the Tinker as well as a Shackle, Midnight Pulse, and he dies so fast. And the rest of WhA agents are not too far away. We could see a bit of an engagement. Do we have wards and visions? We have nice placement here, so... Okay. Hexa go down, Shackle, fantastic Shackle landing on the Juggernaut on the Chen, and the ulti from the Queen of Pain has blinked to screen. So much damage, they both instantly pop with the Omni Slash, doing tons of damage. There are no creeps to absorb this. He keeps bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Crystal Maiden takes a fall. Juggernaut trying to TP out. The right click damage is too much. No, he makes it. He just barely gets out with a sliver of health. But zNation have had a nice victory, and they're going to all TP to top and probably kill this bear, who just keeps killing towers. That's the thing about this bear. He'll just keep pushing. Blink to Malefic's stun to come in on the bear, trying to get a lucky entangle with the Spirit Bear. The rest of zNation are rolling in to try and catch him off, but I think the bear will be able to escape. A Blink to Scream to Shadow Strike to come in for the Queen of Pain, and double damage as well. A lot of right-click damage to be had, but the Tranquil Boots just make him too fast. Blink once again, going to try and body block. Not so successful. Shackle to come through on the Spirit Bear. Looks like they may take a kill on here, but Tinker coming in to reinforce. Queen of Pain forced to back off. Don't want to get an entangle. Blinking away to safety. Neither side taking casualties at this little engagement. And Roshan has returned to the game, and I think zNation are thinking, let's pick up that Aegis. Because if we get an Aegis on that Dragon Knight, yeah, it's going to be hard to kill us. And we also have to consider the fact that we really don't want an Aegis on the Juggernaut or on that Lone Druid, because both of them pretty difficult to kill. Juggernaut can dish out a lot of damage. Lone Druid just doesn't die. He's so friggin' difficult to kill. Like, holy crap, you wouldn't believe it. But WhA Asians know that Roshan will be returning to the game, or he has already returned, and this is where the next big team fight will happen. I gotta tell you, talking about Roshan and all of these things, when we had the DreamHack finals and Toby couldn't speak about things like Roshan, it would have been horrible, but he did a really good job at not giving it away. They're checking for Roshan. We're going to see using the Centaur, Chen Centaur to check, and indeed, no one's taking Roshan. And are WhA agents just going to waltz in here and take it? I don't think so. We can already see zNation moving into position. Now they're checking for Roshan. This is where the next big team fight is going to happen. Winner are working away towards a Sheep Stick. So just getting a headdress for a bit of regen and so on and so forth. Dragon Knight going for an Assault Curious next. They're moving in ahead, going to find absolutely no one here. A little bit of disappointment for the team of WhA Asians, but again, zNation are not unwise enough to try and take down Roshan when the team of WhA Asians are roaming about the place and could come in and destroy at any moment. I'm going to blink out. What does Tinker have thus far? As a Bracer, he's working his way towards a Sheep Stick. Juggernaut again, lots of stuff. Drums of War, very nice. Very nice. And it seems zNation, here we're moving into the Roshan. The wards have been dropped. The damage is about to be dealt, but already WhA Asians are right on the money. They're moving in. They're going in first. 2 Centaur Khans to move in as well. They got to back off the hell away from this. No successful stuns to land. No successful entangle, but the Omni Slash doing so much damage. The Queen of Pain immediately popping before she can get off any damage. Rockets to fly out. This is bad for zNation. The Dragon Knight being called off. Also BKB and blink out. Omni Slash not doing enough damage here. Easy escape for him. Tinker teleporting his way in here, and this is an easy Roshan for the team of WhA Asians, exactly the opposite of what zNation wanted, but WhA Asians simply played that better. They decided to wait until zNation tried to get greedy, tried to take the Roshan, and then just snatch it straight back, try and force an engagement. They would come in into the advantage with better positioning and the fact that they took damage from the Roshan. And an easy pickup for WhA Asians. Extra gold, extra experience, and of course the Aegis of the Immortal being secured here by the Juggernaut. Now you have to kill him twice, and he can deal a lot of damage, especially with all those crits. The Omni Slash with the spin to win. Teleporting in on the bear. Looks like we're going to farm the ancient camp once again. Is what we've been doing an awful lot for zNation. I don't think I've seen... We've got the ancient camp stacked up very nicely for the team of zNation, but I haven't seen much farming action going on just yet. Pushing his way towards a tier 2, immediately taking it down. Windrunner blinking in. This could be bad. Shackle to go down, but we don't have the damage to follow it up. Queen of Pain is moving into position. Have to be careful of that Omni Slash. However, those illusions doing so much freaking damage. Look at this. Crit, crit, crit. 300 from each one. These Manta-style illusions are a force to be reckoned with. Lone Druid doing what he does best, using his bear to push his way forward, push this top lane. We want to take the last tier 2 tower, the last exterior tower standing for the team of zNation. But we still have 2 tier 2 towers standing for WhA Asians, with only one of them being secured by zNation. 3 frickin' centaurs in hand for the Chen. This is going to be horrible. Chain, multiple AoE stuns coming from these 3. Chen already looking for some delicious, potentially easy goal. Lone Druid not too far away to reinforce. We're not going to find out any, however. And this is going to be great to bolster the creep wave, to bolster the push for whatever tower they choose to get. A team effort to take down the ancient camp. Every single member of zNation, well, almost every single member of zNation, working to get it down with other members, just farming in the lane. Tier 2 tower over the top has been denied by the Dragon Knight. No gold for you, he yells out at the team of WhA Asians. Across the battlefield, or whatever the hell you would call this sort of stadium thing. Roshan's good down, guys. What you doing? And once again, we're at this stage. We've been here several times where neither side's going to commit. We're just sort of sitting back. Vladimir's offering in hand there for the Spirit Bear, and I just saw he's working his way towards an Assault Curious by the looks of it, and I just saw the Tinker has secured himself a Sheep Stick, and he might be moving into position, blinking away from the rockets. Queen of Pain got them to the face, but I don't think she minds all that much. She likes the pain after all, that's why she's called the Queen of Pain. She could, however, get caught out. She's also working her way towards a Sheep Stick, just needing that ultimate orb, but quite a bit more money to be secured by her before she will have it. No bear to be seen. Malphite stun to come down on him. Stun to follow up from the Dragon Knight. A couple more hits and the bear falls. Easy 100 gold. But the team of WhA Asians are moving into position. Maybe deciding, no, let's push mid. Should we? What are we going to do? We're going to send the Centaurs in first. We see a Queen of Pain over in the middle alongside the Ra. So these are 2 potentially easy kills. And the team of WhA Asians are split. Do we go for top? Do we go for mid? And I think the answer is going to be mid. But reinforcements have rolled in. The opportunity to get a couple of easy kills for WhA Asians has passed. And they could get caught off. Nice shackle to go in on the bear, trying to deal a little bit of damage. She can't recreate this because it was just destroyed. Blink to Scream to come in from the Queen of Pain. She has to be careful, however, very squishy. No Sheep Stick for her. She gets chain stunned. It will be the end of her. Malphite stun to come down on someone. Is on the bear? Where's the Malphite stun? I don't know. Oh, it's on the Troll Shaman. Incorrectly named Ghost. One more right click will do it. Using that blink, there it goes. This could be bad, but he's not going to get caught out of position. No one nearby to try and capitalize on the fact that he just used his blink. Enigma will be fine. Absolutely fine, friends. Again, we have this floating error sign on Crystal Maiden, which is kind of funny, to be honest. Where's that Omni Knight? What does he have? He has a Desolator. Now this is going to pop squishy heroes. That armor ignoring. Let's have a look at how much armor these heroes have. 5 armor, so instantly the 23 resistance of physical damage that Rasta has will disappear when facing against that Juggernaut. Same can be said for the Windrunner with only 6 armor, and they're already moving in position. She's freaking dead. Force Staff ahead. We're gonna trying to Force Staff out as well, and the Windrunner to follow, gonna run into the trees and immediately TP out. But is a Sheep Stick gonna land in time? It does not. She has successfully escapes death. Nicely played by the Windrunner. Enigma having a BKB. Blink to BKB is what the kind of action that we are going to be seeing, and it will be awesome. Blink to BKB to Blink to Black Hole, and hopefully WhA Asians will group up nicely for the Enigma, and it will be painful. Working toward the Hood of Defiance that Chen is. Seems he's going to secure himself a pipe. Surprised we're not getting it on the bear, to be entirely honest. It's not like he doesn't have enough money. He's pushing lanes like crazy. And here comes the next big team fight engagement. Chen hiding on the high ground. Lone Druid going to move in, but they spot them out. Nice ward placement, I'm going to guess. Power Shot reveals their position, and they decide to back off. Our wards. Glorious thing. Enigma waiting in position. Wants to get the fantastic 5-man black hole. Or maybe we're going to wait for Roshan, but we still have 5 minutes to go till Roshan joins the game. Smoke Gank to come out. We're going to look for a kill, but are we going to find it? A few moments later, they're going to see the Juggernaut is in mid, and hey, a Juggernaut you'd be pretty happy with getting a kill on him, and it seems that's who they're going to go on. They're going to come in from the behind, but a lot of WhA's agents are grouped up together. Nope, they're going down the bottom. They see the Spirit Bear. They think that the Lone Druid's nearby, but alas, it is not the case. I think they're waiting for him to show his face, show his ugly mug, but it will never happen. Blinking in, Shadow Strike, stuns, Malphus stun, lots of damage, and the bear pops. Bit of easy gold, a bit of easy experience. Enigma has to be very careful, however, if he gets attacked, there's no one to help him, and in comes the Tinker. Immediately the Hex laser beams and the rockets come down, as well as the marching machines, but no one's in here to try and capitalize on the fact that he was stunned for a couple of moments. And Enigma, he just walks it off using the mech, which I find to be a little bit questionable. He could have just walked back to base to bring his health back up, but oh well. Kill the Ancient Cap. Yes. Assault Curious in hand for the Dragon Knight. Windrunner getting ever so close to the Sheepstick. Still a while to go, though. I think we're having a nice army of conversion. Has to be careful, though. The entire team of WhA has Asians waiting it out in a tactical position for the jungle, using guerrilla tactics. Going to pop out and gank fools, but they haven't been that successful thus far. Rockets to fly out, do a bit of damage. Another rocket to fly out. We're just rearming and rocketing all day, every day. And from that alone, the Queen of Pain gets brought to half HP. Again, WhA has agents just spending their time hiding in position, waiting for the opportune moment, folks. Yes, indeed. And is that opportune moment going to happen? I think they saw that they tried to do it before. I don't think they're going to fall for it again. Although they didn't place wards up here to make sure. Wait, do we? No. Of course, ward from the Radiant side, the WhA has Asian side. Scream to go out. What the hell was that for? Am I seeing things? Where's the Queen of Pain? I think Tinker was here. Oh, it's a 40-second cooldown. Who cares? We can use it on the creep wave. And I don't give a toss. She doesn't give a toss, rather. Tinker coming in. Are we going to have a next fight over here in the middle lane? It seems the answer to that is no. Malphus starting to come in, immediately blinking away before reinforcements can roll in. Just doing a little bit of harassment. Roshan is going to return to the game in about 3.5 minutes. The team of WhA has agents are pushing themselves in. They really want to use this Aegis of the Immortal, and I think Juggernaut's just going to push himself forward and try and do it. Dragon Knight moving in, deciding that maybe it's not a good idea, because those Manta-Style illusions do a lot of damage. Winona could find himself caught out, and I think she might. They're moving in. They must have vision of her. She's dead. She's so dead, but she could force staff down here. Why can't I draw? I can normally draw on this, but I can't for some reason. And it disappoints me, because I like being able to draw on the map. Line things out better. For some reason it's not working. I have no idea why. I can draw on the mini-map, but not... Nah, whatever. Starting to switch lanes. It seems to want to push out the bottom, and that Juggernaut is an absolute wrecking ball. A force to be reckoned with. Manta-Style coming off cooldown once again. We want to try and use up the Aegis. We're going to press the issue. Shackle to come down, doesn't latch at all. The bear moving in, immediately getting bursted down as best as possible. Midnight Pulse to land, and all those freaking Centaur Khans, annoying as hell. Dragon Knight being brought to half HP almost immediately. Mech Charge should go out. We need to capitalize and utilize this ultimate while it is currently there. Blinking in, no Malphus stun to come out, however, no Black Hole, and the team of WhA has agents decide to back off. Hex to go down. The Hex currently landing there on the Queen of Pain, but she's just going to walk away. Nice Shackle to come in, landing there on the Juggernaut and the Bear. Power Shot to follow through. Rockets to fly out. The Hex to land there on the Windrunner, and one right click can take her down. The Omni Slash brings her in a bad situation. Nice use there of the Ghost Scepter. Dragon Knight very low in HP. The Bear not getting a lucky entangle, but there it comes. The Dragon Knight is dead. Currently chasing in after the Queen of Pain and the Enigma. And the damage, you can just hear it. Hit. That's actually really friggin' annoying. Nice Shackle to come down, killing off the Bear. Black Hole being blinked to Black Hole being used up, picking up 2 heroes, 3 heroes. Queen of Pain to blink in, as well as to scream the ulti. So much friggin' damage. And they'll just barely get away. Juggernaut uses up the Aegis of the Immortal. Queen of Pain backs off. Crystal Maiden melts, and we're going to try and beat on the Juggernaut. Hex to go down, Shackle to follow, but the Rocket's doing a nice chunk of damage. Nice positioning from the Tinker. The Juggernaut takes a fall, currently chasing in after the Windrunner, but not good positioning. Allows the Tinker to just easily teleport out, as opposed to get the kill there on the Windrunner. And zNation secure themselves a freaking fantastic engagement. A nice little victory, but several members of them did buy back. In fact, it doesn't show us... I think it's meant to show us who buys back, but it doesn't. For spectator games. It might be because it's old. These games are several months behind. Or maybe just about 1 month. zNation immediately using this advantage to take the Aegis of the Immortal. Roshan is a chicken, folks. He is a chicken. Shackle to go down on him. They're trying to beat down on him as fast as possible. We're being brought to half HP, and there's nothing that WhA agent can do about this at this moment. Roshan is going to take a fall, and the Aegis of the Immortal is going to be secured by the Dragon Knight. This is the third Roshan, so we have Cheese, not Cheen. Are we going for a Desolator? And the Dragon Knight picked up the Cheese. Who picked up the Aegis? Who picked up the Aegis? This is the game that we're... Okay, where's the items tab? Who picked up the Aegis? Where the hell is the Aegis? I'm looking at WhA agents. Aegis secured by the Queen of Pain. I would have thought we'd give the Cheese to the Queen of Pain and give the Aegis to the Dragon Knight. Seems more logical in that regard, but I don't know. Dragon Knight's pretty friggin' difficult to kill. But then again, the Cheese will bring him straight back to full HP in the same sense as an Aegis would. Maybe they'll I don't know. We will have to wait and see exactly how it unfolds in the next team fight, in the next engagement. And I really like what WhA agents are doing at this moment. They're sticking together. They're not splitting apart. They're staying close. And this, as a result, prevents zNation from looking at for easy kills and potentially securing a really solid advantage by just picking up easy kills on heroes that decide to run off on their own. You have a True Sight in hand. We have the Assault Curious. Oh, he's had that for ages. What does the bear have? That is a question. Bear. Where is your bear? There's a bear. Oh, god damn it. Bloody bastard. We have the Assault Curious for the bear as well. He is absolutely swagged up. And now we're moving in. We want to try and secure this barracks. And there's no defense. The entire team of zNation are looking for kills. And then suddenly everyone's at the barracks here. And this gives them free reign for the next couple of moments at least. But they're rapidly TPing in to try and reinforce. The barracks is taking a lot of hits from the Manta-style illusion, but they're fine, and the team of WhA agents back off. Decide to just run away, and how they're going to proceed from this point onwards is a question. With zNation having the Aegis, they've got the luxury of initiating. It's they who choose to initiate. Nice use of the health cooldown there. Give it a little bit of vision. Dragon Knight being caught out. No lucky shackle to come in yet. However, BKB going to be popped off. More BKBs to be popped out. Waiting for that black hole. Is it going to happen? They're all grouped together and in comes a fantastic black hole. No one's going to be able to stop that. Hand of God going to be stropped up by the Chen. The Entangle going to land there on the Enigma, and so much damage being dealt by everyone. The Aegis of the Immortal has been used up. The Dragon Knight is so low in HP, and the Omni Slash doing so much damage to everyone that's nearby, and the entire team of zNation take a fall despite the fantastic black hole, despite all the fantastic positioning and so on and so forth. They just freaking melt. Good lord. And Queen of Pain is a sole defender, takes down the bear. We're waiting for that lucky entangle. Is it going to happen? One hit? No, we're just going to settle for the melee barracks, which is going to take a rapid fall, but the Hex are coming on the Queen of Pain. Rockets to fly out. Crystal Nova, another Hex to come in, and the Queen of Pain immediately pops, buys back Quint pretty much as soon as she dies, and wants to try and move in to do some more damage. But I don't think there's much that zNation can do about this, and WhA Asians are looking so strong at this current moment. I don't think zNation can win. Double raxing action going on. The bottom has fallen, the middle has fallen. Queen of Pain, the sole survivor, trying to defend valiantly against the encroaching armies of the team of WhA Asians. They're taking the top, they've taken the bottom, they're taking all the barracks, leaving none to zNation. Power shot to go through, a bit of damage to be dealt, but after that massive victory, the GG well played going to come out for the team of zNation. GG well played coming out of both parties. Barracks are going to fall, the towers have fallen, the Ancient will be the next to fall. Bear moving in, but blinking away to safety. Need to pick up a blink black hole. No black hole, it is currently on cooldown using the BKB up, however. Hex to land there on the Queen of Pain, no escape for you, but Juggernaut spinning to win, and he's going straight for the Queen of Pain. She's going to take a fall, easy peasy. Lasers picking up the final kill right there. Enigma moving in once again, but a BKB on the Crystal Maiden, because why the hell not? Get a BKB on the support. I would have gotten like 10 braces, but whatever. Malthus stun to come down. Double kill for the Juggernaut. And the Ancient is about to withhold embrace of death. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and Ben Q. You can take a gander at the-defense.com for everything you need to know about this tournament, as well as joinDOTA.com for all sorts of fantastic Dota 2 related goodness. And last but by no means least, we mentioned them before, we must mention them again, we must mention them in every single opportunity. They are WhA and BenQ. They are the sponsors of this tournament, and as a result deserve infinite praise from every single Defense 2 cast. This has been WhA Asians going up against zNation, a very close, very tough game for both parties, and WhA Asians managing to secure victory, the Germans winning against the Russians. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Toshley. I'll see you next time.